gang, welcome back. Well, let's talk about following dogmas. I've done videos on traditions and what have you in the past, and of course, if you put a whole lot of stock in the movie Dogma, well, your dogma is barking up the wrong tree, because it has nothing to do with the meaning of dogma. But then again, modern day assumption of the meaning of the word cult has nothing to do with the meaning of the word cult either. Look it up. But if we talk about dogmas, cults, what we're talking about, the Bible is a dogma. Christianity is a cult. Judaism is a cult. Any religion that lives by a book of laws or a book of philosophical laws is by definition a cult. Look it up. A dogma is the written law or the written tradition or the written information or whatever that the cult follows. So, a little bit of trivial pursuit there, I guess you could say. The reason I wanted to do the video to begin with is there's a movement, and has been for, oh God, now 20 years, where people do not want to be labeled. They don't want to be tagged. They don't want to be associated with any philosophy or dogma of any kind. And I get it. You know, I really do. When I was in my teens and 20s, I knew I was different. I knew that I wasn't the norm or the normal Christian ideologist. I knew there was more out there. And if you want to know more about that, watch my Who is Pegasus video. But main case in point, when you're trying to figure out who or what you are, and you're feeling lost without any kind of spiritual ideology or foundation whatsoever, you're going to have to fall into some form of a cult and follow some form of dogma for a while, until you decide who and what you are and can start making your own way. Now, where people make their mistake is they fall into these radical fundamentalist groups where you're either all the way in or all the way out. And it really isn't what seeking a spiritual foundation is all about. Getting involved with a group, a church, a philosophy, a cult, a dogma, whatever, should be more about making who you are comfortable with yourself and comfortable with a spiritual, ideological philosophy that you can follow. It's not about, and I've said this a million times, it's not about my way or the highway, but it's about a non-destructive, non-discriminatory spiritual foundation that allows you to be able to live within peace and harmony of self. So, I guess, at the end of the day, as any of you who know me know, I follow the tradition of the Grove of the Celtic Shaman, and yes, it's posted on the OpenGCS Facebook site. And the members who are oathed to the GCS by definition is a cult. We follow by definition a dogma. But we're also non-fundamentalist and non-radical. We're also non-discriminatory because we're brothers and sisters with people who are sometimes quite opposite of our basic ideological tradition. So, when you're looking into definitions, be careful how you accept what other people tell you a definition of a word is. Do not take your preacher's word for what a definition, or do not take your preacher's word of what a definition of a word is. Hell, don't even take my word of what a definition of a word is. Go to the dictionary websites and look it up for yourself. Find out how the words are used. Find out how they're interpreted. So, when you're trying to walk your path, or you're trying to find a path to walk, don't let certain words and terms turn you off or to scare you away of something that feels right for you. And once you understand what these terms and words mean, don't be afraid to stand up to people like I do all the time. They talk about cults. And then they say, oh, well, a cult and cult are two different things. No, stupid. A cult is saying a cult. Cult is a term without the A. It's kind of like car, a car. I drive a car. Come on. Step outside the box. Quit being a sheep. Stand up, research, look around, see what's out there. When someone uses a word or a term that you're not familiar with, don't let it freak you out because you don't understand it. Remember what the word or term is, write it down, look it up. That's the best way to educate yourself. So I guess at the end of the day, become educated. Don't become a part of the pack. Don't become a part of any mob mentality out there taking words and putting their own spin on them. Look up the meaning of the words. Look up how they're supposed to be used. Hell, who knows? You may save someone's life by standing up to a bully going, no, you're incorrect with the meaning of that word. Here's what it means, and here's where you can find it. So with that, I apologize for my scowl a little bit. It's a little bright, rainy, nasty. Got a hell of a glare. So anyway, blessings your way. Travel safe out there, and we'll see you next time.